No warp gates prepared yet.
You need to try and pick off the units as...
Look at the shields on the mark.
Oh my god, the ball's gonna take this.
Hey everybody, this is Artosis, and alongside me is Tasteless, and this is Game 1 of the IPL Winners Bracket, Round 1. This is up here, Millennium DieStar. And right down here we have Root's very own Minigun, and Tasteless. This is our first cast for the IPL. How do you feel, man?
My IPL virginity is over. I am so excited to be down here working with the IGN guys.
Did you wait for IPL marriage?
I did not. I rushed into it, but that's what love is sometimes, Artosis. Now, take a look at this map here. We have small entrances at the first ramp, rather. And then, of course, down here we have a bigger entrance for the expansion, so that's a big factor when you're playing on a map like this one.
Yep. Shakuras, one thing to note, this is the old version of Shakuras. You know, we've seen some new versions from Blizzard. Some tournaments use it, some don't. IPL using that older version. You know, the rules were announced a little while ago, so haven't switched over quite yet. But, you know, let's talk about this tournament. This is IPL number 2. Number 1, of course, won by Hydra over Kiwi Kaki. This is a great series. And this tournament, man, it's a lot bigger. Bigger prize pool, bigger player pool. I think it's going to be pretty sick.
Yeah, I'm really excited. You know, it's a really big indicator here when you have people like IGN taking an interest in esports. That really goes to show you just how much this industry is growing. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really amped. I'm really excited. These two players, both very good. Yeah. And I'm looking for some, you know, pretty exciting games here.
Yeah, you know, Minigun is actually a Protoss that I quite often like to watch. He's got a fun style to him. Of course, Root recently... Most of their roster, at least, recently combining with Complexity, but this was played before that. Now, we do see the probe scouting. He sees that one gas of DieStar. And, well, you know, DieStar, a Terran that can be very aggressive at times, a very good European Terran, very well respected in their scene. But I have to give the edge in this matchup to Minigun. I feel like he's just a stronger player overall. Seems like he's more comfortable going into the late game.
Yeah, Minigun's a very good player, and I'm looking forward to it as well. As you can see here, our Protoss is not elected to take the second gas.
Yeah, no second gas. Yeah, none for the Terran either.
Yeah, none for the Terran either here. So we may be seeing these guys expand a little bit sooner, not as much teching. But as I say that, our Protoss player is taking the gas.
Yeah, it looks
at
like
the bottom right, as we can see on the mini-map.
He is indeed a Reaper being made by DieStar, and there is that second gas, Tasteless. The core about to finish up. Zealot chasing this SCV. It's already been damaged quite a bit. And he's going to want to get a Stalker out ASAP to take care of that. Now we notice he is controlling this Xel'Naga Watchtower that should be able to make him see the Reaper come out most likely. But we'll see what path that Reaper actually decides to take.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do with the Reaper. You can use that to scout or gain intel or just control the Xel'Naga Watchtowers. I'm surprised the SCV was not killed there. That's one small victory for our Terran. And the Reaper is basically going to take over the role of that SCV. The SCV is going to go back and go ahead and mine. And, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting from here on out. The Terran is expanding, and since he has not taken his second gas, we're probably going to see him make a bunch of barracks, go for some infantry style play.
You know, this is kind of weird. We see this Nexus right away. And, only one gate, but mining from 2 gases. We notice he has taken 1 probe off. I wonder if that is intentional or a mistake. Not entirely sure about that. Now, we do have the Reaper chasing down this probe, and now he's going to have some map control, at least for a little bit, with that Reaper.
Yeah, he's going to be in good shape right now. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but, you know, we're in Dan's apartment, so the cat's in the background going, meow, meow. He's, your cat is a Terran player, and he is cheering on, you know, for... You know, our Terran, right now...
She may be a Terran player, Tasteless, but she does not use Marauders,
no,
so I
she
still
does not.
love her.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of going for the Tasteless build here and, you know, getting the Banshees, the Marines, you know, doing the one-base pushes, your cat, quite a goosey gamer. Anyways, onto this game.
36 supply for our Protoss, 34 for our Terran. Of course, the yellow player still at 6 supply. If you're wondering, what is that yellow player? Is this a free-for-all and he's a nub? No, that's not what's going on. This is just to hide the results so you can't check in the match list on Battle.net. Just a very clever thing to do to the map, so ignore the yellow players in all the IPL games.
Yeah, it's good we have that in there. We don't want any spoilers, for this event and stuff. And, because that just ruins the whole event, man. Why do people do that?
Dude, I
don't understand the human race sometimes. It's like there's 5%, 2%, whatever number it is, the population that wants to screw up the fun for everybody else.
They get on and they spam people, they check people, they invite you to channels while you're playing to lag you, they invite you to join their party as if you want to join the party of this little nub on the US server that invites you to his party.
What I don't want to do that,
Tasteless.
I don't want to do it, man.
Oh my god.
I'm so some guy finds your ID, he's like, Tasteless, you want a 2-on-2 with me? And I'm like, no man, sorry, I just want a ladder. And he's like, I never liked your casting anyways, Tasteless. And I'm like, dude, what is this, man? Thank you for accosting me over the internet. Now, into this game right now, both these guys on 2 bases. There is a Reaper guarding the location of the upper right. The Protoss does have the Observer out now. And it looks like he's going to make a Warp Prism.
Yeah, man. Also, a Templar Archive's going up. I'm liking this. Could we possibly see some Storm Drops? A lot of people have been talking about how you never see Storm Drops in this game. But SCVs, they only have 45 health in StarCraft 2, so Storm Drop may be something that eventually does get itself worked in. Now, look at this, Tasteless. Probe count, 45, 37 SCVs. But, of course, he has mules, so they're going to have pretty similar economies. And there goes the Observer. Doesn't want to see what's really going on.
Yeah, he's going to park, I guess, and... not exactly the most relevant location on the map here, but, he can see if the Terran's going to leave. The Warp Prism is out. Now, there's a lot of different things you can use to harass in StarCraft 2. It's not the same with Protoss harassment in StarCraft 1. In StarCraft 1, we all hold that thought. Oh, he should know.
The Reaper sees it, Tasteless.
He sees it. Probably pulled out his iPhone, took a picture.
Texted it.
Put
it on Twitter.
Put it on Twitter, yeah.
The Protoss main Twitter was like, @Reaper, LOL, you're such a liar. Trying to cover up that information.
Now, with this Warp Prism drop, there's a lot of things you can do. You can actually drop Zealots in the worker line, and it's incredibly effective. You don't just have to do Storm Drops or anything of the sort.
That is going to be what goes on, Tasteless. Those 3 Zealots being warped into that Warp Prism. Warped out underneath and warped inside the Warp Prism. Now they're going to be warped out, because that's how it works. It's all about warping.
They might have warp lag or whatever, jet lag. We get on the flights doing these events. All right, here come the Zealots now.
Now, how many SCVs can he actually end up killing? It looks like he has only taken out 1 so far. 2 SCVs.
Now.
But still, you get to kill 2 and then run away?
And look at that.
Awesome.
Making the Terran stem. The SCVs have relocated. Terran is going to have to make a turret, and you can see he started
Lost
that now.
mining time.
Exactly. And these are the little things that allow you to get ahead. We see another Warp Prism over here. And in a moment like this, it's ideal for Protoss to expand.
Yeah.
Because what he's doing is he's keeping the Terran inside of his base, and basically the Protoss has free reign on the map. Now, the Terran can take a risk and move out. It looks like he might be doing that here.
Yeah, he may decide to do so, but oh my god, flies into that missile turret, only gets 2 Zealots out, so now suddenly that drop, which was so nice. Oh, sick! Storm drop, you almost never see that in StarCraft 2, but sacrificing those Zealots now made so much sense because he just wanted to draw the army up so he could divert the attention of DieStar and go and kill some probes. Awesome play there by Minigun. And look at this, Tasteless. He's listening to you somehow through space and time.
Wow.
Might be taking an expansion as well, but he's got to be careful about this one attack. He is up 64 probes at 41 SCVs, so Minigun's doing a great job, but he's got to be careful about this.
Now, he's got a ghost in the army here as he moves out. That's going to be pivotal in this because he can EMP or snipe the Templars. The Templars are going to be the primary defense. When Protoss is gearing up to expand, it looks like he's not going to make that Nexus right away as he sees he might be attacked. The Ghost, versus the Templar situation is really the most important factor. The Templar can feed back the Ghost as well.
That is quite true. Now, he is waiting around with those Templars in the shuttle. Might do another drop a little bit later on, but, Storm drop him once, shame on you. Storm drop him twice, DieStar a noob.
That's right.
We do have that Nexus going up. Now, this is the one thing about taking that Nexus while you're doing Storm drops and stuff. You don't have all your Templars there, you don't have all your units there, you spend a lot of money on all this.
Right.
You have to be careful. There is a possibility if they hit the timing just right, you have to cancel that Nexus, but that's fine, because then they're on your side of the map and you might be able to trap their units.
All right, the expansion is going up, and during that moment, Protoss wants to try to attack again, make that army turn around.
And it does, in fact, turn around, as we see on the mini-map, flies away, takes no real damage, and the Ghosts under the Observer.
I think he had a different control group for that one.
Yeah, I think he
and But yeah, you got to be careful. I mean, the Protoss could have just walked out there and fed back. I don't know what the past tense of feedback is.
Feedbacked.
Feedbacked? All right, the Terran army's moving out, and I got to be a little bit critical of our Terran here. He's really not,
look
in touch
how
with the
Minigun's doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, sick feedbacks. There's a couple ghosts left, and he does get another one. Looks like there's 2 ghosts left, but only one possibly has energy. Tasteless, that was a big mistake there.
This all goes back to that observer. He should have been aware that there's obviously going to be something over there with the robot. Here comes what I think might be the final battle here. I mean, the Terran army is basically up against the wall here. Storm's coming down. Feeding back, stuffing his face, feeding him the energy. I got nothing. I'm sorry.
He just kills that.
Yeah, I mean, this game is
hugely one-sided.
It's a disaster, and with Terran, not even a planetary here, an orbital.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to hold this counterattack. That was actually really sloppy. Such a tiny army going into this huge, well-constructed Protoss army. He's even got the Immortal in there, some Charge Zealots. He's got the Guardian Shields, some Stalker support, some Sky Storms. I mean, it was a perfect Protoss army. And our Terran player walked under observers, got everything feedback, and he was like, "Nah, I'm going to keep going. It's fun. No, it's cool, dude. It's cool. It's fun." No, it's not fine. You got to run away when you get feedback. But he did not, and now I feel like
he doesn't know about the expansion though up here.
No,
but
he does not.
You know what, Iratos? I don't think it actually matters.
No, I think this is actually
should be game here. He's unloading everything. Oh my God!
6 Sky Storms all over the SCV stations, and with those Archons, there is a GG.
GG.
And DieStar loses the first game to Root Minigun. It's pretty amazing.
Hopefully, he can step it up in the next games.
On to game 2, Tasteless.